matter.
Hey man, you know what it is, man. It's that You Heard podcast. It's your boy Ben. It's my boy Joe. What's popping, fam?
Yo, let's get it. You already know.
Let's go. Yeah, no time to waste, man. No time to waste.
Nope.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts Ben and Joe. We cover all things Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end.
No. Let's talk about that right now because you completely took it on me now. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying like,
what are we talking about, man? Keeping it a buck.
You heard.
I don't know why I put my embarrassing moment on there.
Intro alert. New intro
man. The work continues.
We didn't want to get sued, man. We didn't want to get sued by nobody. You know what I mean?
Man. I don't want Ed Reed doing no press conference, man. And plus, man, keeping it a buck. See, I say right, keeping it a buck, man. There's a lot of people that have that same sound bite. So I was like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? We're growing, we're getting better. We're, you know what I'm saying? The fans, I don't want to say fans, the listeners are commenting, letting us know what they think. So I was like, you know what, man, we got to make this shit ours. Keeping it a buck again. I'm probably gonna mess with it again. Me and Joe were talking. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be different.
Some things. Yeah, it's always gonna. I'm a tinkerer. The only thing that ain't changing is that logo that AB did for us. That's locked in. That's done.
That's right.
Hey man, I don't. This one.
On. So I watched the spring game like 3 more times.
I was gonna. Yeah. The rewatch.
So
Uh-oh.
I alluded to it on the Bird app. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I understand people are coming at me a little bit, but I understand that our O-line wasn't completely intact. I know Javion. I know Javion Cohen, was hurt in pregame. Inez Cooper was out. So I understand that. Just talking more from a perspective of depth, quality depth, you know what I mean? Because those two were out and you saw a major drop off. You know what I mean? The tackle position, and Samson and
Maingoa. Yeah.
What's his first name?
Maingoa.
What's his first name?
Francis or just
Francis and Francisco. Right? I'm confused. All right. So Francis, they're freshmen. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting them to lock things up on the outside. So I understand that, that struggle. Jalen Rivers, I also actually understand the struggle because he's new to the position in college. He's never played left tackle. So I expect him to get better. I expect him to work and get better because athletically, he's definitely able to do it. So I'm just pointing out what I saw on the second, third watch of the game. You know what I mean? We definitely need to shore that up and hopefully get more pieces in the portal, more experience in the portal, basically. Yeah.
All right. So I have a question for you. Does that then distort our view of what Ruben Bain did, knowing that he's vastly more talented than our second string guards?
Nah. Because on the rewatch, he's technically advanced. Like, reminds me of Quincy Roche, right? Quincy Roche wasn't big, athletic, really fast, but technically he was top tier, elite technically. You know what I mean? The way he used his hands, the way he set up his moves, the way he set up the O lineman each time. He went up there with a plan and executed that plan. That's Ruben Bain. He's technically advanced for his age and class. So no, it doesn't matter. Of course, it's not going to be as easy against, more talented, talented, experienced linemen, but the technique, it really follows. It doesn't matter who you're going against. If your technique is popping, then that's what it is. So no.
Yeah. I watched it. I think I watched it I think I watched it like 2 more times since Sunday. Like I've kind of, because I already seen, so like I'm fast forwarding to like different parts just to like see what I saw there. I thought Ahmad Moten flashed even more because, and I look, keeping it a buck, right? Like I don't know if it's because he flashed more to me because it was unexpected. Like we had heard so much about Ruben Bain, so we kind of expected a performance, not 3 sacks or whatever, but like we expected something in that line, like, oh, keep an eye out for him. But because Ahmad Moten wasn't really talked about, I don't remember a tweet, really, a soundbite of a press conference. We watch all that shit. I don't remember anybody talking about Ahmad Moten except for like, oh, he's coming along. You know what I mean? Something like that. So
Flo talks about him a lot.
Yeah, I'm saying like in the press conferences.
Press,
yeah. Like us, the network, but like in the press, like none of the coach. You know what I'm saying? The coaches hadn't really had that moment. So it was interesting, man. So I thought he flashed a lot better. I'm glad for that. I'm happy for that because you know what I'm saying, that's like he's one of my favorite number. 99 is my shit, so I'm gonna be biased towards that number. What other players flashed and weren't as flashy on the second or third rewatch?
Well, let me go. I'll answer that, but I just want to say I'm real impressed with the DBs, man. Like I was really impressed with the DBs first, second, and third watch. You know what I mean? They were there all the time. They really in man coverage. So most of the game they played man, and they held up really well, man. Jaden Harris, listen, man, I hope that man doesn't hit that portal. You know what I mean? Jaden Harris, man, if you're watching, just stay, man. You good, son. Just stay, man.
Watching, listening. Somebody tweets us out, man. Son, please
the DBs look good, man. But who I thought flashed on first watch and didn't, I find out didn't later. I don't know if I want to say, you know what I mean, no names, but the group to put like I was saying, I think I said
position group.
The position group, like linebacker position, looked good, flashed. You know, they had flash plays. A few times when they ran right at linebackers, there was some issues, like out of position. Out of position, getting caught up in the traffic. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of big running lanes. But other than that, everybody looked good, man. TVD needs to get better. Yeah, he needs to get better. You know what I mean? He looks way more comfortable, but he needs to get rid of that ball. You know, I saw a lot of hesitation and holding on to the ball. You know, I don't know if it's, because you can't get hit or whatever, but
you think it's because and I'm just I'm just asking. You think it's because he's too busy looking for X?
See, I hear people saying that, and I'm
just asking, like,
I don't think so. I just think he's holding on to the ball, man. You know what I mean? I don't think it's because he, Kobe Young. He looked Jacoby. He distributed the rock pretty well, but he just for his own safety too, man. Like, you got to have that internal clock, right? So if it's not there, go. You know what I mean? You can go. You can get 5 yards and slide, man. You know what I mean?
What I noticed with TVD was, yes, he holds on to the ball too long, but it is that thing where, like, he knows he can't get hit, so it's kind of like that one time when you get an unlimited clock in your head.
Yeah.
But it seemed like when he did hold on to the ball too long, like when he was decisive, it was Jacoby and Kobe. Right, it was George and Young every time. When it was holding on to the ball, it was X. You know what I mean? When it was like, yeah, trying to get him because like they have that connection. They're like, oh, he'll come back, and you saw he almost did when that ball should have clearly been picked, but the corner waited on it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say who it was. The corner waited on instead of jumping the route. X almost came back and got it for like a 25-yard catch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that should have been a pick, easy.
Yeah, and I think that should have been a part of the structure of the game, blowing the ball dead after 3 seconds. You know what I mean? Really, I'm giving them 2.5 to 3 seconds to get rid of the ball. If the ball is not out, they should be dead. Yeah.
Ain't no O-line in the world, especially one that's pretty much makeshift, that hasn't played together, gonna give you 7 seconds.
Sure.
You know what I mean? On that play that X dropped the ball on.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So after spring game, like this was a topic that we didn't want to touch on at the end of the show because spring game was, you know what I'm saying, this deserved its own segment and not like at the end like, oh man, this so and so left. DVD, man. Look, there's things that we know.
Man.
You know what I mean? There's things that we know, but that we ain't gonna talk about. But damn, man, this one hurts, bro. I'm not even gonna act like it's just next man up. This is not that, man. This is a guy that bleeds this shit for real.
Yeah,
bleeds this orange and green, man. He loves this university. When he was done with his career, came right back to it, man, to get in these young men's lives. So what are your thoughts about DVD leaving, man, and going to FIU, which
stand-up dude, man. DVD's a stand-up dude, man. A real stand-up individual, man. And you know, he got to do what he got to do. There's never any animosity towards anybody going to do something that's best for them and their career and their families or whatever. You know, it's a big loss. I don't care what nobody says now. This is not athletes and families understand now more than ever that coaches leave. You know what I mean? It shouldn't make or break, you know, a lot of a lot of recruits. It shouldn't make, you know, they understand people leave, you know what I mean? But DVD was responsible for a lot of relationships that got built and a lot of commitments, man. You know what I mean? Whether it be directly or indirectly, he was in the center of a lot of that, man. So to say it's not a major loss is crazy. But, you know, we'll be all right. But, you know, it was a loss. It was a loss.
Yeah, man. We'll get to you in a second, big man. Just to give you a little behind the scenes on the pod. Yeah, man. That news kind of came like when we're coming back from the trip. You know what I'm saying? So I was still from the high of like, you know what I'm saying, us hanging out, doing the live show at Canesware. So when that hit, I needed a moment to process it because, you know what I'm saying, we've had interactions with DVD. You know what I'm saying? We've spoken a little bit and nothing major, nothing crazy, nothing like, oh, this is, you know what I'm saying? That's not our thing. But it's just he's always been a person to respond to that you can reach out to. You can see why so many recruits and commits give him credit for it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a big loss, man. Hopefully it's just like a year sabbatical. You know what I mean? Going to FIU and he comes right back, man. But yeah, man, that one hurt, man. That one hurt.
Yeah,
that one hurt. That's a transfer portal I didn't want.
Right. Yeah. You know
what I mean?
Happened. Yeah.
All right, man. Look, we started a new segment, right? It actually, I told CB that it's an honor of him, but I went back and listened to our first episode ever. That's the first thing we talked about was our Cane story, right? So you know what I mean. So we've been doing this. So there's two people that I gotta give all the credit to in the world, man. A guy that we're about to have on the show right now, you know what I mean, and Cuban Cane. Right now, this man was overseas, fam. Like he was out there like, hey man, love the show. Appreciate you guys, you know what I'm saying? Love what y'all doing. I don't even know how he found us, man. So let's bring him on to the show, man. Panhandle Cane, What up, baby? How you doing,
brother?
What's good, baby? What's good? Everything looks.
What's good, man? What's good, man?
Hey,
man.
It's a grind.
Hey,
it's
man.
a grind. Hey, first things first. You guys are killing it. You know why? Because you guys don't profess being insiders. You don't profess being, hey, I think this, I think that. You guys are fans. You're just like me, and y'all. If the baby's ugly, the baby's ugly. I get it. I rock with you guys, and God bless. God bless.
Hey, man, I'm gonna call it. That's what I'm gonna name this episode. Yep. If the baby's ugly, the baby's ugly. Hey, man. So,
True.
we've talked, man, back and forth on Twitter. So tell us, man. Like, you're the first. You had to be the honorary member, the first member to join this Cane story, man. So tell us how you became a Canes fan living in the Panhandle, man.
Yep.
Well, no, see, I got stationed up in the Panhandle in 2008. I did 24 years in the military, and I was overseas for 22 of them. But I've always been a Canes fan. I was a Canes fan growing up in Puerto Rico, so I date the days of Jim Kelly. I'm older than you, Joe. I'm older than you.
Hey, why you gonna call? Why you gonna single me?
Yes.
No, because he's always messing with you. But I'll be 57 next week.
Yeah.
I'll be 57 next week. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I've been rocking with this team, going ups and downs, a lot of downs lately. But I will never go against my Canes. Never.
That's right. That's right, brother. That's right. So what is the stuff like? When did it start for you? You said Puerto Rico. When do you remember watching your first game? Do you remember how you became a fan?
When Jim Kelly was the quarterback, I was like, man, this team, because I used to love the Dolphins. In Puerto Rico, we didn't have a local team, so the local team is Miami. You know what I mean? So I was like, I like the Dolphins. I said, man, but I love the college game. I said, well, the Hurricanes. And I saw Jim Kelly work his magic. I was like, man, this is the team I'm gonna go with. And then I remember the team in '84 with Bernie Kosar and they beat the Huskers in the Orange Bowl. I was hooked. I was hooked since then. And I was recollecting that my favorite team of all time was the '86 Canes. Even though we lost, that team was just, you talk about talk shit and back it up. It was just, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But I've been rocking for a while.
That's excellent. Hey,
and
let me ask you. So, what has been your greatest memory as a Canes fan, and what has been your worst?
Okay, I want to keep it 100, like you say, 100.
People
are gonna say that game. It was in 2013. Miami played the Florida Gators up here. I mean, not up here, but I was stationed up here. Yeah. And I went to a sports bar that had nothing but Gators, and I was all caned out. And I could not stop talking shit. We won 21-16.
Yeah.
Denzel Perryman played his ass. I remember that game. It's like one of those games. That team was not that good, but that game stuck out me because I was talking a lot of crap, But most of those friends of mine, they're Gator fans and everything. And to be honest, the worst game, of course, people say the 2002 Fiesta Bowl in 2003 Fiesta Bowl in against Ohio
Arizona.
State. My worst one was this past year when we lost to MTSU. I straight up, my baby girl, 4 years old, came up to me and she said, "What's wrong, Poppy?" And I'm like, I don't know. I sunk my heart into this team. I thought I believed everything. I thought we were going to turn the corner. Yeah. But I got all the faith in Mario, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah. Who is your all-time favorite Cane, man?
Ooh.
Other than Jim Kelly, because it sounds like it's Jim Kelly, but other than Jim Kelly.
No.
Okay.
You know who? It's close.
Okay.
Between Denzel Perryman and Jonathan Vilma. You talking about people that will play with their emotions. I mean, I'm a defensive guy, so that middle linebacker, Like when Francisco Manigoa hit that dude in the backfield last week, I lost my shit. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
We were at the spring game, right? And I'm sitting next to Joe. For that play. I was like, yo, when was the last time we saw that?
Yeah.
When was the last time we saw somebody playing? That was crazy, man.
Exactly.
All right, man. Before we get you up out of here, man, let me ask you, what are your? Do you have any expectations? How do you go about entering a season? Right, like me and Joe always talk about, as you know, what I'm saying you listen. Like, do you have expectations going into a season, or you just try to like keep it calm and wait and see?
Look, I've been waiting on this Canes to turn that corner, right? Last year was hard. It was hard because not only we were 5-7, but the way we were 5-7, we were just like we had no chance, none. I just want us to compete and beat teams that we're supposed to smoke. Play these teams that are good. Play them toe to toe. I'm telling you, impose our will. That's one thing about the defense. Instead of that read and react like D'Onofrio used to run, impose our will. We got the horses. I'm telling you, we can do something.
All right, Joe, what you got?
All right, man. Nothing, man. We listen, man. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you shouting us out on Twitter, and yo, thank you so much, man.
You guys are killing. I mean, there's a few shows I watch, but you guys keep it real. I mean, y'all chop it up like I chop it up, so I can relate.
Man.
God bless. God bless.
Hopefully we can link up at some games, man, or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just talking. I may be going overseas again, but I want to try to go to the Carolina game. I want to try to go to that Carolina game.
Okay, and that's gonna be. Is that gonna be in Carolina this year?
Yeah, it's Carolina.
Oh yeah, you come up here. Yeah, you come up here. We meet. I'm there. I'm always there. So
yeah. You go start again.
Most
hey man, like Joe said, man, thank you so much, man. You found us before we started blowing up, man. I still don't know how you. I know we talked about it. I still don't know how we came across your feed or your timeline, man. I'm glad you show love, man. Look, man, that we show the love back. You know how we do, man. We keep it 100, not just with ourselves, man, with our listeners, man, and everybody who checks us out, man. So, Danny, you know what I'm saying, my guy, thank you, bro. I appreciate you watching the show, man, listening, and always showing love, man. And remember, man, it's all about that you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You, baby.
Yes, sir. God bless. Thank you, guys.
God bless, man. Yeah. Take it easy.
All right. Later.
It's my guy, bro. That guy's been rocking with us, man. Yeah, man. I'm saying like
that's a good segue right there.
Yeah, I mean, next episode I'll have the clip of like our shit, like when we talked about it, man. You know what I mean? That's what's up, man. That's good energy, man. Like, look, let's take people behind the scenes for a second. Like me and you talk about it, right? Like we've had chemistry since the jump, right? Since the first day we talked. But fam, like when people like Danny that's overseas, you know what I'm saying, Panhandle Cane, you know what I'm saying, shows love from I don't know how, just like, hey man, I love what y'all doing, man. You helping me get through this, you know what I'm saying, being over here. Like, yo, that's mind blowing to me, man.
No doubt.
That's crazy. That is humbling as fuck, yo. Like, it's crazy.
Definitely.
Oh man. The grind continues, man.
Yeah.
We say grind.
Don't get emotional, son. Don't get emotional. Yo, my man.
Son,
go get a tissue,
son. I'm good. Let me just drink some water real quick. You know what I mean?
Go get a tissue, fam. You know
son, I'm good. That ain't making the intro. You know what I mean? That ain't making another intro. All right, man. Let's get into let's get into these new commits, man.
Woo, man. Yeah.
Juan Minaya. Shout out to, I think he's Dominican. If I'm from Jersey, you know what I mean?
Dirty Jersey. Juan, I'm gonna talk about this dirty Jersey. You know what I mean? I'm from New York. From New York. We dump our trash in Jersey, Juan. But
son, what kind
you know what I mean?
Okay, all right. I wasn't
sure we glad to have you, fam. You know what I mean? That's how we talk to each other. You know what I mean? I'm glad to have you, Juan. You know what I mean?
6'6", 315, 320?
At 16 years old, yes.
16 years old, man. So what? The
He's
size is
he's
different,
a
man.
Star, man. He's a 3-star, though, man.
Did you get a chance to watch the huddle?
I did. I watched it yesterday.
What were your impressions?
He's big, man. He's big.
Thank you for that analysis, Joe. Cut to the next. What the? That's it.
He can move. He can move. You know what I mean? He's gonna get stronger. You could tell he has the 16-year-old strength. You know what I mean? Right. You could tell. But
that's a weird strength too.
Yeah. You know what I mean? He moves. He has good feet. You know what I mean? I think he plays basketball as well. So he has good feet. He can get developed. You know what I mean? If anything, I'm not worried about O-linemen. You know what I mean? And their development. That's one position I'm not worried about. So yeah, man, he can get developed. You know, if it turns out that he doesn't have the quickness to play tackle, he can always move inside. I think he can move to guard easily. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely a good take. A lot of people wanted him. You know, the other team, the other blue and orange team wanted him. You know, they offered him.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So definitely a good take. I like it.
Yeah, it's that weird thing where like he's projected to be like an interior offensive lineman, right? Like because of what he is now. So like you can't like I started reading a thing like it's very rare that a 4-star interior offensive lineman even happens. You know what I mean? It's almost like as high as they could go as a 3-star. But I was like, how does that work? Because they're 16, like he's 16, he might gain an inch or two and be able to move out the tackle. So you're projecting like listen, don't get me started on stars, man. It's a weird thing. Like I don't understand.
He probably doesn't even have he's young, like he doesn't have his balance yet. You know what I mean? He doesn't even know what to really do yet. You know what I mean? Not disrespecting the staff. Yeah, where he goes to school, it's a very good school with very good football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So not disrespecting the staff, but you know, he's just not. He's 16, man. You know what I mean?
He's still 16. Yeah. Like regardless of like your body's doing some wild shit at 16, and you know what I'm saying? Like your body's going through a bunch of shit chemically, physically, and all that shit. Like, so it's a lot going on for like that strength of 16 is like you got it all in one motion, or you could lose it in the next breath. You know what I mean? Because like you get all that adrenaline and all that testosterone, and the next one like, oh, where'd it go? Because you're like in that in between age. Remember, on 6'6", 320 is crazy. And we got Hellcat, Chris Whitley Humphrey. Son, explain to me how you could have 70 carries, almost 1,200 yards, and there's haters. Like how, man? Like y'all see my boy's face. What
I've seen, of course, the stars. Everybody looking at the stars.
That's all that matters.
What I've heard is that his level of competition was kind of doodle, but I don't know. I don't know about his level of competition, but I know he's fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know he's fast, man. I know he got some wiggle to him. You know what I mean? I know we've been begging for team speed for years, and we're finally getting that, and there's still issues. You know what I mean? We're finally addressing that.
Yeah,
and
people still haven't. Yeah. It's not like you remember 3 years ago, whenever we got Brashard, it was like, get him the ball. So now we have 5 Brashards.
Yeah.
All like in a month, right? In June. Right? In a month and a half in June when these early the second enrollees come in. Yeah. Quick. CJ comes in, then we got 6. You know what I mean? Like people want the address. Oh, we're a slow team. We only got Brashard. Now we got a bunch of Brashards where there's a chance Brashard might not see the field. You know what I mean? Like that, like he could see it, but he's not going to see it like he's been seeing it. So I like I don't know, man. It's wild, man. Like, son, it's April, like, and all the shit people talking that also supposedly allegedly rep this green and orange. Son, with a 25th ranked class, but I thought we had a bunch of the 0 stars. Like, Mario hasn't even really got started yet. Like, he's got to work this transfer portal. You know what I mean? He's telling people, oh man, come on, man, let's build this relationship. There's transfer portal for the next week and a half. There's people jumping in. You saw Traquan Fagans jump in today. It doesn't mean that we're gonna get every former 5-star. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that to yourself either, people. Like, don't be like, oh man, we had a chance at him. Like that, things change in 2 years. Traquan Fagans, yes, it was between us and Alabama. We lost, as we usually did with that administration. Let's take a beat, man, and don't every big name that comes out doesn't mean they're coming to Miami. Now, I said all that to tell this lie. So I really want Emba. Like that's the one, that kid from Auburn, son. That young man. I apologize. Shout out to Wholesome. That young man. Emba. Woohoo.
Yeah, buddy. He was I think he had us in his top 3. I think we were actually second to Auburn. You know what I mean? And again, like you said, that doesn't mean we're still second. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that. But yeah, that'd be a good look if that was to happen.
Yeah. And look, man, we hear all the whispers and tweets and shit about NIL situation going on in Miami. We don't know shit about that. We ain't gonna give you our opinion. That's not our lane, man. I don't deal in finances in that way about what everybody talk about. So any talk I give you would just be me lying to y'all, and you know that's not what we do here.
I do know that people who think Mr. Ruiz is the only one contributing to NIL is bonkers. You know what I mean? You know how many millionaires come from the University of Miami, my guy? Like, it's ridiculous.
I need The Rock to start doing some shit.
And how do we know he's not? You know what I mean? Some people like to remain anonymous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he donate the locker room, right?
Yeah, he had the locker room before. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Is he gonna have the locker room in the new building? Like, is that gonna be additional fees? I'm assuming that's additional fees, man.
Hey, somebody just got bumped up to a 4-star.
Who that?
A safety that has been offered by us. He has a basketball name. He has a basketball player's name.
Is that what we doing riddles here?
Ricky Knight? Former point guard, Detroit point guard's name.
Oh, Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah. He just got bumped up to a 4.
Can we just dissect that for a second? How you get bumped up to a 4? Yeah, for people who care, because that's all some of y'all care. Explain to me how in April you get bumped up to a 4-star with like 0 additional tape.
Maybe spring ball.
How does that?
Maybe spring ball. They have spring ball, so maybe spring ball.
Okay, all right.
I think I have no idea. I think they have spring evaluation. You know what I mean? And then they'll do another bump after the season, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't like, especially with like all these like new recruiting things and all this. Like, it's just it's wild. I'm like, how you get it in May? Like, it's not.
I don't give a listen, man. I don't like we said, these cats rarely see everybody playing live. You know what I mean? So you may see a camp, you may see some 7-on-7, but they're rarely going to practices and watching live. Coaches are at practice, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Coaches are watching live games. They're watching full tape. They're not just watching highlights. Yeah, they see highlights. But then we're gonna watch full game. Like, there's so much evaluation that coaches do, that people who do stars do not do at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
our boy Larry Bluestein, good old Blue. So that's him. He hates that shit. Like, he hates it. He like openly talk. It's like, it's stupid. Like, that's impossible. Like, all they look at is tapes and who offers them. That's it. Like, that's how they deem their stars. Like, you don't know the kids. You don't know what I'm saying, what their family situation is, how they get along with their teammates and all this stuff. Like, that's where you start building and embedding the culture of what you want your team to look like, man. So I don't look into the stars. Obviously, like, when I see a David Stone on film, you know what I'm saying, a Jackson on film, and I mean, like, I was like, oh shit, these dudes are okay. But that's just a Justin Scott that we physically, like, we saw in person. Yeah. I'm like, that's like, there's a difference to the way they look, but it's like, what is everything else about? You know what I mean? That's what the question we always like to ask. But yeah, man, shout out to the new commits, man. Shout out to Judd Anderson too, man. Out there recruiting, boy. That dude's out there, man. Yep. Everybody who tweets out committed, he shows love.
Dylan Day, man. Shout out to Dylan Day, man. Welcome to the U,
man. Yep. Oh, y'all, man. You family now. Whenever y'all want to talk, man, we here, man. We're here. You already know how we do, man. Let's work. All right, man. Let's get into this ad from Caneswear. You see what it is, man. I'm saying, you see our boy Joe rocking that. Shout out to the fact that I could find hats that fit. You know what I mean? I'm always appreciative of that. Let's get into this ad, man. Shout out to Brett. Yo, Jeff, you a genius, man. You got me a wristband that works perfectly for my watch, man. Appreciate that.
Welcome to Caneswear. Family owned and operated since 2010. Caneswear has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
My bad, man. What were you saying?
Jeff is lucky I speak sarcasm, because I was going to beat him up, man. He be talking that ish, man. He lucky I speak that language too, man.
Son, he was like talking mad ish, but still helping us. I was like, Jeff, you can't do both. He was like, I'm a sarcastic a-hole. Like, yeah, but Jeff, like, you still getting. I appreciate you getting that extension cord. You don't have to talk as much ish as you did on the way to go get it, man. That was unnecessary. Hey, man, shout out to everybody at Caneswear, man. You know what I'm saying? That's fam. They got a grand opening for the new store coming up soon. As soon as we know, we'll let y'all know, man. We might be doing something. Yeah, we might be doing something for that, man. Yo, man, look, y'all know what it is, man. Every episode, we give y'all a keyword. You drop it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Tweet it at us on Twitter. You get thrown into the raffle, man. Only had one person do it, man. So shout out to 505 Kanye. Once again, brick by brick, man. You get a $10 gift card, man. Salute to you, my guy. Always appreciate you listening to the show, man. Got to get you on here, too, because you in, like, New Mexico or some shit. Got to figure out how you became a Canes fan.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people in New Mexico rocking green and orange, I imagine. You never know.
Man. Yeah, we got the unforgettable Cane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but you got
we missed a few weeks.
Yeah, we've been busy. We've been grinding.
Yeah.
Hey, man, real quick, what's the keyword for episode Quattro Zero, man? What you got?
Portal.
All right. Portal, man. That's
Portal season, baby. Portal, not season. Portal,
man. It's in there. All right, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Joe dropped it. Portal is the keyword, man. Drop it in the comments, man. And shout out to everybody asking questions, man. We're gonna get to your questions in a second, man. But let's drop this unforgettable Cane, man.
Yeah, man. All right, we going to the offensive side of the ball today. I think the last guy was Sean Spence. We're gonna go RB today. And you know, this is Ben's guy right here, man. You know what I mean? So, you know,
I'm gonna wait till you pull up the video so I can do the thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that shit all the time, boy.
Yeah.
My guy right there. My guy.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, I have to get out. My bad.
Cool. Well, just gone. Look at that. So when he made this run, I was like, "Oh, we winning the chip." I was like, hey, number two is my favorite Cane, man.
Yeah.
Look at that move, boy. Look at him.
He had them quick feet, man. And he wasn't as little as I thought he was, man. I thought he was like 5'8", 5'7". He wasn't that little, man.
Nah, man. Big cat. So his feet never stop moving.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Never stop moving. Look at that.
Yeah.
Getting.
Broke somebody down to their knee.
Yeah, he's reaching. He's still reaching right now, trying to get him. Look at that, man. When was the last time? One hole, no cut, just boom.
Go. Screen. Yeah, I really hope we bring screens back, man. I'm about to hashtag that joint because we used to be deadly in the screen games, and
yeah.
We really used to be deadly in the screen game, man. Let's watch.
You know what I'm over though?
Well,
I'm over wide receiver screens.
Yeah, but there's ways to do. Like I think we just been doing it wrong. There's
the same way.
To do it
same way
to freakies. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we've been doing it the same way, man. Oh, Coop, man. Super Cooper, man. My guy.
That was the guy right there.
You know what I like about this? You can see when if y'all watching, man, you can see when the television changed from like standard to HD.
Yeah, you could definitely tell.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, look, shit, this is bright as hell. Look how dark it is on the standards. Yeah, son, I'm like, how old is this footage? Trucked him. Man, he was tough, man.
Yeah.
Bad break on that injury, man.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. All right, that's what it is, man. Craig Coop.
Super Cooper, man. All right, man. Came to the University of Miami in 2007. His first year averaged 4.8 yards a carry. On 16 carries, 76 yards. 2008, man. 2008 as a sophomore. He had what is this? All right, hold on. Where'd it go? I just had the numbers. There we go. In 2008, man, he had 954 yards. I was wrong. My bad. He had 811 yards as a freshman, Joe.
Okay.
811, 5.9 yards per carry. 2008.
Bad.
Nah, man. Oh, my God. When you hear these averages, 2008, he had 200 carries, 954 yards. 152 carries his junior year, 827 yards. And 2010, bad injury, man. He had 41 total plays for 193 yards. Never had less than 4.7 yards per attempt, either receiving or rushing.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Big play waiting to happen, man. You know what I mean?
Every time, man. Yeah. Every time, son. Whew.
Salute to Coop, man. Salute to Coop, man.
That was my guy, man. Well. Shout out to the number 2s at Miami, man.
We gotta commit.
Oh yeah,
we gotta commit. Breaking news.
Hold on, son. I got you.
Yeah. Brand new commit. Oh, we just talked about the recently 4-star safety Isaiah Thomas commits to the U. Yeah. Salute.
Welcome
Isaiah
to the U.
Thomas. Welcome, brother.
Welcome to the U, man.
Welcome
to that 4-star. Don't be surprised if it gets dropped back down to a 3-star, but you're a 4-star in our book.
Yeah. 4-star. Boom. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Let's go. The grind continues, man. It ain't just, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just us. Everybody working. Yo, shout out to. Hey, let me ask you something. There was a shout out to our guy Zuby, man, holding it down on the morning show with King Sport. Show love, you know what I'm saying? We keep it a buck. They had a conversation. Obviously, Master those old ass had a thought, and I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the new way within the last 12 to 18 months how kids commit now with just the graphic on Twitter or social media? Do you prefer that? Do you prefer the, you know what I'm saying, like the CBS Sports thing where they do the hat joint? What do you think about all that? And also, how did your son do it? If you don't mind me asking, because I don't think you've had that conversation.
I have no preference, man. It's whatever you want to do. This is your moment,
exactly.
fam. As a young man, as long as you don't get disrespectful, that's when it bothers me. You know what I mean? When you tossing hats and stepping on hats.
Even if it's not ours.
Yeah, and you make it, you make it like that, stay humble, make your commitment, so I have no preference either way. My son was ill as he wanted to do a video. Like he wanted to fly to Miami and get footage and do it. I was like, listen, fam, you just put that joint on Twitter. You know what I mean? Relax. So he did it that way. He had the graphic. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you some of the graphics that were made. I actually think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Rasta might have did one too, man, for us back then.
That'd be dope.
But yeah, man. Yeah, he did that. So yeah, I don't have a preference, man. As long as you're respectful, humble about it, we good. Yeah.
I think, obviously, this is me talking like I'm in that position, right? I think I would do the graphic. I do the graphic. I'd shut down my commitment for whatever university, right? Like not being this Ben, right? Like just I'm saying in general. I dropped the graphic, shut down my commitment, like, yo, man. But there's that part where like I would do all my visits, right? And then shut down. You know what I'm saying? I would do all my visits.
Yeah,
like all of them shits, all of them. I'm taking all my visits.
Taking them, but once I know, like I've always thought about like this is just a new era. Like when I was playing, if I was able to do all of this, I would definitely, because I'm not a llama. I don't need a party. Like my joint will really be on some. My joint, I'll probably do a video, but it'll probably be, yo, I'm coming to Miami, man. Let's go. And that's it. So,
yeah,
that's
done,
it.
Done.
That's it. So.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it, man.
Hey,
and
I would be like, hey,
everybody. Yeah.
It'd be like, hey, Miami, you ready? Let's go. I'm coming.
Let's go.
That's it.
Son. Yep, that's it.
Done.
Yep.
Ain't no press conference. Ain't no balloons. Ain't none of that shit.
And like, what's crazy? The fan base
parents after I got out. Yeah.
The fan
simple,
base
man.
Go bonkers, son.
Facts. Yeah. Because that'd be dope as shit. I might throw a little like you like I like the U graphic on fire, maybe. You know what I mean? Have that done like when a face of black, but that's it.
Yeah.
Hey man, we had some good questions that I pulled out from you know what I'm saying, from YouTube and Twitter. Shout out to everybody, man. We got some new, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to CB, man, Chalupa, man, killing it on our social media. Engagement is crazy. So you're doing, bro. We might need to get you on paid staff here soon, man. But we ain't even on paid staff, so you know what I mean. Just keeping it a buck. You know what I mean? So this guy
once a week, son. Every Friday, we can send you a burrito bowl or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We might send you. I'm saying if you prefer the bowl, if you prefer the burrito, we got you, man. Let us know. Hey, man. Shout out to Miami Media Associates, aka Larry. You know what I'm saying? Had this question: can Mark Fletcher be the starter by the end of next year? I'm assuming he means this year.
Sure, he could be. Anybody could. Yeah, sure. Of course, that could happen. Especially at that position, man. Running back, you need a good 3, a solid 3. You know what I mean? You never know what's going to happen. Don't want to, knock on some wood. Don Chaney, injury, in the past. So you definitely, God forbid Don Chaney get hurt. You got Parrish and Fletch most likely. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it could definitely happen. But he has to come in and work. If at any position is possible, is definitely running back. So, yeah. I think so.
I'd like I think it can happen. I think it's weird though, right? Because as a starter, the same thing. The starter might not be the same one who gets as many carries. Like if you doing it right, you riding the hot hand, right? Like so if Fletch has a big game, you don't take him off. You know what I'm saying? You let him get a blow, but you don't take him off for series at a time. I think what I'm saying we ran into him at a spring game. I think you know what I mean. I think he could definitely do some things. And yeah, I don't know if I want to put him as yes, he could, right? Like you're absolutely right. I could absolutely be the starter, but there's the Don Chaney bias in me, right? That wants because we've suffered with him for so long, and because he's always and just injuries slow him down, right? Mm-hmm. So yes, he could be the starter, and if it goes away, because I think he's probably going to be the most talented player in that room. You know what I mean? But he's also going to be a freshman. Don't know how long it takes him to pick up the offense, so that's the big thing with that. So appreciate you, Larry, man, for that question, man. AKA my Miami Media Associates, man. Shout out to you, man. All right, man. I got Oregon Cane out here, man. Do you think Bain takes a starting spot by the end of the season? I'm gonna let you handle this because I'm gonna go controversial with this one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get real spicy. I'm gonna get real spicy.
We throw the starting word around. I definitely think he takes some snaps from people by the end of the season. Yes. Starting, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's gonna be a starter. He's coming out there first. But he will end up getting a lot of snaps. Yes. So I don't know about the starting spot, but snap wise, yeah, he's gonna definitely expand his snaps over the course of the season. Yeah.
I think, and you could correct me, this is something that I love that we do here, that we don't talk about it before we talk about it. I think he ends up having, if not the most snaps, top 3 most snaps on the defensive line. Because I don't think he's not playing just one role. Like, and it's not just because of what we saw at spring game, because we saw him, right? Like we saw him walking off the field. We saw, you know what I'm saying? We saw there's a intention behind him that hasn't been here in a while. You know what I mean? Like he wants to be the best player on the field. Like that's what he wants to do. Not like he doesn't get told he's the best player. He's like, no, I'm going to show you why I'm the best player on the field. There's and I might just be like thinking what I think he's thinking, right? Like there's a understanding of the disrespect that he was given last year, where you play in the best conference, division, class ranking, however they do it for high school in the country, and you have 60 sacks in 2 years, and you're somehow a 4-star. You know what I mean? And not in the top 5 player, top 3 player in the country. He takes that, and you said it, man. Like, look, you watch football differently than I do, right? You talk about the technique. I talk about more so like what, you know what I'm saying, what I think I see in that moment, right? Like not body language so much, but shit like that. And his technique is so far above other people at his level, and you throw that in with a work ethic and a sore loser, never lost really mentality.
We talked about that before, man. He's never lost, B. Like his whole high school career, 4 chips. He has 4 chips.
Yeah. And you take that, and that's how you start to flip a room. Like you said, I don't know if he's gonna be the first 4 off the, you know what I'm saying, on the board, but I think him, Akeem Mezdador, Najee Kelly are gonna be like in that rotation of most snaps, because I don't want to see heavy rotation, because I don't think we have heavy depth in a lot of positions.
Let's flip it though. Let's flip it. He is 17. I don't know if he's 17 or 18. He is 18. He will be 18 by the time the season starts. Technique aside, man. Technique, drive, hard work.
Still 18.
You 18.
Yeah.
When you're going up against 21-year-old, 22-year-old linemen, it's not the same. It's not the same. I get it.
You could extend that number out, though. Remember, because of COVID, there's people in 6-7 years. You might be facing a 25,
26, 25. Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? He's going to get the best of a lot of linemen. But, you know, when we get to A&M, you know, or when we play
Florida State,
FSU, Pitt, whoever, Clemson, you know, you're going to get some linemen that, you know, they got man strength. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man strength ain't quite there yet. You know what I mean?
You got young man strength.
Yeah, he got a young man, you know, but I'm sure, you know. But, yeah, I think his snaps are definitely going to increase throughout the season. So, yeah.
But like what I want people to remember is like he's 8, like you said, he's 18. You know what I mean? Like you can't be like, oh, why doesn't he have 4 sacks in this game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When like you gotta, just because like sometimes like our own Miami arrogance thing is like, yo, man, we supposed to dominate. Like he's 18 and he's still learning his craft from a master craftsman and Jason Taylor and Salavea, right? Like these guys can develop and coach. So you have to be patient. Don't let what happened in the spring game really blur you to think that like that's gonna happen with everybody. Because that was going against I don't know how to say it. That was going up against guys that probably shouldn't be on the roster. You know what I mean? If after that initial
you didn't know how to say that.
No, I didn't want to say names. Son, there was a guy that I want to, you know, I talked about it in the You Heard chat. Us, me, you, and Chalupa. I was like, there's another guy that needs to go, fam. Because that time I was like, please no. Like we saw him walk off the field. I was like, when did you play? Like I didn't.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. Don't front, son. Son, I was like, I did that shit. Obviously, I tapped you on the shoulder and I pointed at him. I was like, when did he play? Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Look, with Bain, man, we got to be patient, man. We have a lot of young players, and yes, they might be our best players, but they're still freshmen, man. They go up against guys that might be in their mid-30s, man. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know how these transfer portals and these ages work anymore, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we got this question from Cuban Cane, man, because I always say this on the show that I don't want freshmen playing. Read that, Joe. I got to drink some water, man.
Why don't you want a freshman to be the next man up? Is he referring? When did you? He referring to any freshman, regardless. Okay.
Yeah.
Next man up should be who is the best player. Don't care what class you're in. This is
how. I think that's how.
O2.
Yeah, not O2.
This is how Manny got fired. He played that BS game. Okay, explain yourself, son.
All right, man. First off, I'm saying that the reason why I keep saying that I don't want the freshmen to play is because of development, right? Like when you're playing every week, your body doesn't have the same recovery. You're not putting on the muscle that you need to. You see a Ruben Bain that's 270, 275, but he needs to get his nutrition. Like, I don't know what his nutrition is like, what his workout regimen is like. Like, you need that time to build your body to get ready for this game. Because like you said, you're going to be facing 25, 26, 27-year-old offensive linemen, depending on transfers, how many times that person transferred, if they served in the military and they came back. You hear about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're 18-year-old kids, and then what happens is if they're the best player coming out of college, coming out of high school, and we pay attention to all that, you put that projection onto them, and then you sour on that person based on your expectations. Sure. Right? There's development that has to happen because, like a Chris Wheatley Humphrey, right? Fast as shit, but his level of competition might not be the same. There's going to be an adjustment when you make it to the next level. If that adjustment doesn't happen at the time frame you think they should, because he got 70 carries for 1,200 yards, then you know what I mean. Then you're gonna be like, oh, he's no good. We gotta get the next one. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody develops at a different pace, and it's not just put the next guy in. Yes, there's gonna be the Ruben Baines, the Ray Rays, and things like that that'll flash, but they're going to hit a freshman wall at some point. They're going to hit a corner that could stick with them because read their technique and they're prepared because they've seen a bunch of guys that are as fast as you. Sure. Then how do they handle that? You know what I'm saying? It's not just put them in. And I'm not saying it's the same thing as the Manny thing, because Manny played his 11 because it was his 11. Like Manny never gave other guys a chance. That's not what I'm saying. If the best guys are freshmen, let them burn. But don't just throw the freshmen in there because you told them they were gonna get that time. That's all.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I agree. You know what I mean? That's all it is, man. Yeah. We talked about this already from Panhandle Cane, man. How much of an impact will losing DVD have on recruiting, and how soon before he comes back? I say a year. Like I don't know. A year. Yeah, like a year. I think there's, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jamil.
Right? Yeah, it'll just have to be right. You know what I mean? It'll have to be the right situation for him to come back. I don't think he's just gonna come back. It just has to be the right situation for him. So hopefully he doesn't. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't go anywhere that are hurt. You know, hopefully he doesn't end up up north, man. You know what I mean? So that'd be catastrophic in my opinion. But
yeah, if he goes, I think there's the level of calmness that like I try to tell myself about losing him, about losing DVD is he went to FIU. If he went to like an SEC school or one of those, you know what I'm saying, like that other school in Tallahassee, a school in Tallahassee, I would feel differently. You know what I'm saying? He went down the road. You know what I mean? So like I could just be hoping, because you never know in December when their season's done, because you know what I'm saying, their season's done, it could be somebody else could call him, and I'm hoping we're that call. And again, but the situation has to be right. That position has to be open. Because he can't go back to being an analyst. When he comes back, he has to be an on the field guy and a coach, full on coach.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's it. That's all we got, man. You got anything?
No, sir.
All right, man. I think we're good, man. Hey, man. Shout out to Isaiah Thomas, man. You know what I'm saying? Breaking news on the show, man. Welcome to the U, man.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
All right, man.
Hey, shout out to KJ Duff Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. Just a shout out to KJ Duff Jr. I want him in this class. I want him in this class. I don't even do this.
Yeah.
I want him. So whatever gotta happen, man. I want him in this class.
Yeah.
I want him in this class.
Let him, hey, Chalupa, man, cut this part of the pod right here and throw it everywhere. KJ Duff, you gotta be in this class, man. Joe doesn't do this. This is the first. This is 40 episodes. You've never done this before. This is your first time.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
When I see I watched this film 3 days in a row, man. I just watched it.
Ooh.
I want him in the.
That's crazy. Okay. We need to get him on the show then. Talk. You know what I'm saying? Do it like that. All right, guys. We out of here, man. You know what it is, man. Remember, you heard pod at gmail.com, man. Send us your King story, man. We'll play it on the show. You know what I'm saying? We out of here, guys. Peace.